What's up, guys? It's Rob, special edition Automation Weekly, here with one of my favorite technology founders, Mr. Jack Copeland.
Hello, hello. Yeah, good, man. How are you?
Cannot complain. Jack's here actually to tell us what Staffing Future is doing and what he's focusing on to help with the craziness in today's world. So, Jack, can you give us a breakdown of what you guys are up to help people?
Yeah, absolutely. So, we've been affected pretty personally by COVID-19. UK managing director and our sort of global CMO, a gentleman called John Russell, who's been with the business for about 6 months, unfortunately lost his father to the virus over in the UK a couple of days ago. So, at Staffing Future, we build websites and kind of job boards and stuff like that for recruiters. And we thought, okay, is there any way that we can help practically? Our CTO is actually a trained paramedic from back in the days in South Africa, so that was an option. But in the meantime, we thought we would just try and help the industry if we can. So we basically have launched COVID-19jobs.io. Unfortunately, .com was taken, and what it is basically a free resource and a free job board for anything to do with hiring, to fight against the current crisis with the virus, to support people that have been laid off because of the virus, or even just to help with related industries like, supply chain or elements where maybe you're not on the front line, but you might be looking for work that's related to it. And then finally, also as a resource for people that want to donate their time in charity work. In the UK, the NHS reached out and said, we want, 280,000 volunteers to help with everything from delivering groceries to the elderly through to, phone calls to check in on them, and 500,000 people signed up. So we want it to hopefully evolve into a place where people can kind of ask for help and get that help as they need it also.
Got it. So trying to mobilize the workforce both in the UK and the US.
Globally, yeah. It's a global pandemic.
Okay.
So I think primarily it'll be UK, US, and Australia is initially where we'll have jobs and partners. But, we want to make it a global platform wherever possible.
Okay. Got it. So trying to make it a global platform wherever possible. How do people get you job feeds? And how?
So at the moment, we're taking XML feeds from anyone and everyone, whether that's, corporate companies that are looking to fill their own internal roles, whether that's, staffing companies, whether that's job board partners. There is a disclaimer on the site that says, look, we're moving really quickly with this stuff and we're just trying to ramp it up. So we're kind of starting by taking any and every job that anyone says is related to it and just kind of putting it into those 4 buckets of, charity work, frontline work, which would obviously be primarily medical, but could be other related, frontline work, the other sort of affected industries, and then positions that are looking to help, just get the workforce back out if people have been laid off in the restaurant industry or, other elements of hospitality. But at the moment we're taking feeds from anyone. If people don't have an XML feed, feel free to reach out and we'll look at how else we might be able to ingest those jobs. We can say like a CSV export that can be sent over once a week. In terms of the user experience, we're not trying to reinvent the wheel or, there's nothing that we're trying to do to kind of use this to be clear to our advantage or any of our partners' advantages. We're just redirecting the applications directly back to whoever provided that job feed so that they can go and apply and they can get them out to work as quickly as possible.
Got it.
Might be worth mentioning other ways people can help. Like we're really looking to also provide resources for anyone, who's got questions about, what's going on right now, how to repurpose their skill set, how to write a resume, how to really ask the right questions to understand, if they are looking for a position, what their risk is going to be like if they're on the front lines, or, how they can ensure that they, have the right kind of job security post the outbreak. So anyone who feels like an expert or doesn't even feel like an expert, but thinks they can help, that would like to write a guest blog, that would like to maybe respond respond to some frequently asked questions. We may be moving into doing live webinars. Really, we're trying to put some time and resource into this just to see if it works and if it takes off, because we couldn't find anything on Google that was doing this right now, that wasn't kind of a play for one individual staffing agency or for one individual brand. So, it might go nowhere, but we think, we can get probably about 3,000, 4,000 jobs we'll be submitting to the site over the next 24 hours. We think we'll be at 10,000 pretty quickly. So if it does take off and if it ranks well, it could well grow into a bigger platform.
Got it. Okay. So this is true charity. We're trying to make sure that there's a platform for people to provide any help that they can, whether that's employing people, giving content, giving resources around how to deal with the COVID-19 and being furloughed or unemployed, and really just focused on just giving back, right? Because we're all affected by this. So, okay, got it. Anything else that everyone needs to know? I'm gonna post the website, obviously, in not only the comments but also in the link that we're gonna provide for this. So.
Yeah, so it's COVID19jobs.io. Not a lot more information that I think we need to provide at this point, but we just really appreciate anyone who wants to help with the communication, if they want to share this, if they want to tag anyone that's affected by it. To be very, very clear, this isn't about Staffing Future, so it's actually about a partnership network. So obviously, one, it's not about any of us, it's about trying to solve the problem. But two, we are really looking for industry partners who can help in any way. So if people want to guest blog, we'll put their logo on the website as part of the network of recruiting industry people that are trying to help. We're going to list everyone that gives us job feeds. Some of the suppliers out there, people like Nuevo and My Job Helper, are talking right now about giving us some paid traffic. We are open to the idea if anyone who doesn't have job traffic or the resource to add blogs, but is in the industry, wants to donate any revenue for paid traffic, we'll look at that as well. So really just have a think about how could I maybe help this effort? Is there something I could do? And feel free to reach out. If you want to send over any job feeds, just send it to Jack at Staffing Future or Bruce at Staffing Future. Or I'm sure they can reach out to you as well, Rob, and you can pass it along.
I'll put it in the comments too if you guys don't mind. I'll share your email addresses in the comments as well. So.
Yeah, that would be great.
Okay. All right, guys. Jack, thank you so much. Guys, whatever you can do. I think maybe the idea is that we really should be mobilizing like we're going to war, but instead of all coming together to create a supply chain in person, we're just trying to figure out everything we can do remotely, which, by the way, humans are great problem solvers. We're the most creative thing on the planet. We can figure this out. We can find ways to help. We can be creative. So put on your positive hat and find ways to get things done. Thanks, Jack. Thanks, guys.
Absolutely. Thanks, guys.